What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity War, Winter Soldier, and Falcon. Here we do have Bucky and Falcon in the packaging. What we're going to do now is take a little break, get these two opened up, and then we'll have a better look at the figures inside, so stay tuned, everyone. And so here we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier posing out of the packaging. Before we have a look at the figures, let's take a look at what they come with. Falcon here does come with his backpack along with the wing accessory, which looks really nice on him. It is the exact same wings that we saw with the Civil War release of Falcon. The only thing is he doesn't come with the Red Wing drone, which is understandable because we didn't see Red Wing in Infinity War. Winter Soldier here does come with two accessories. Winter Soldier comes with the same space rifle that every Winter Soldier figure has been coming with since the Civil War movie, which I'm not a fan of. And then he also does get an actual rifle now. Unfortunately, it's not the exact same make and model of assault rifle he used in Infinity War, but it's a good enough representation that I'm okay with it. But other than that, they don't come with anything. We don't get any guns for Falcon, which is a big disappointment. And we get an okay stand-in for Bucky's gun, which again, it's better than nothing. But so what we're going to do now is actually take a little break and get a better look at these two figures. So here we have a closer look at the Falcon, and as I stated, this is an actual figure that we've gotten before. This is the Civil War Falcon that we got as a Walmart exclusive, now as a Target exclusive. But I actually think that this is a much better figure. I'm going to say that the color scheme on him is better, but he still has the exact same issues that the Civil War Falcon has. As far as the face goes, it's a really good likeness to Anthony Mackie. I do love how the goggles are now a silver instead of black, so they don't blend into his hair as much. I really do like that, and I love the red lenses. Although I feel like it could be a brighter shade of red, it still looks really nice. Having a look at his costume, you can see he has a lot of nice intricate details throughout the costume. You can see some reds, some silvers. I'm guessing that's some kind of buckle, and you can see another one right up here. His collar is nicely done in that same silver silver paint job that we see right here on his goggles. And then the darker gray, so that looks good. We have a metallic red sleeve right here, which looks really nice, and like I said, I think I prefer this color scheme over the Civil War color scheme. And if we can line his arm up, you can see exactly how much detailing is in the arm. The paint is really clean for the most part. Going on to his gauntlet right here, done in this really nice silver paint along with some gunmetal and some red trimming. Wearing his gloves, which looks really nice. Although he has trigger finger hands, we don't get any guns for Falcon, so that is disappointing. Same thing for the right hand. We have a trigger finger here, no guns. We have a different gauntlet right here with some red trimming and some silver paint once again. And the detailing is nice. Although, I feel like his arms are really, really thin. Compared to the rest of his body, his arms feel thin. Even a side profile, his arms are really thin, and somebody of his build would not have arms this skinny. This is like my arms on my brother's arms. I'm a skinny guy, and my brother's a bigger guy, so these arms just don't work with Falcon. I do like the addition of the red accents right here on his torso. The original Civil War Falcon did not have it. We have a plain back right here. Going on to his belt, you can see it is nicely sculpted. Although I feel like his pelvis is a little too big, especially if you look at it from the back. It kind of looks like he's wearing a diaper. Something I didn't point out in my old video, but I am noticing it now that the colors are a little bit more vibrant. We get that same detailing on his legs. What looks like a strap right here. Going on to his boots where we have some knee pads. Again, the sculpt work is really nice, and I do love the paint job. You can see his boots are actually this gunmetal silver, which looks really good. And overall, still a really impressive figure. I love the sculpt work on it. I just kind of wish that we got maybe a head that had the goggles off, or maybe even some guns with Falcon. But anyway, that's the Falcon, so what we're going to do now is actually take a look at Winter Soldier. And so here we have a closer look at the Winter Soldier, and I have to say I really do like this figure, although I am disappointed that they used the exact same Civil War Bucky head for this figure. Bucky's hair was a lot longer in Infinity War, and I don't know why Hasbro just didn't sculpt new hair on him. It's the exact same head sculpt that we got with the Civil War Winter Soldier, but the hair has to be longer. There's no way you can say that this is Infinity War Bucky with the really short hair. And it's not like this isn't a separate piece. The new head actually has the flesh tone molded in flesh tone, and then the hair is a separate piece glued on top, so they could have done it, they just chose not to. As far as the likeness goes, it's a really good likeness. I did love the original look on the Civil War figure, and this one uses the same head with the new photoreal technology. Moving on to his costume, you can see there is a little bit of silver on mine, which is not a big deal. But I do love the jacket that he's wearing. The jacket is actually one of my favorite things about this figure. The sleeve looks really nice, although on mine it looks like the plastic got a little warped inside the disc, and I don't know how to fix that properly. But we have a closer look at his jacket, and you can see there's a lot of detailing sculpted in his jacket, so I really do like that. We have a gauntlet right here, which looks really impressive. It is like a brown color against a dark blue, and then he's wearing a dark blue glove, which both guns do fit in this hand, although I did have to take an X-Acto knife and split the finger down just to get a trigger finger hand. On his left arm we get his new Wakandan vibranium arm, which looks really nice. I do love the darker metal with the yellow or gold accents. It looks so much nicer than just the straight silver. Although it is the exact same sculpt that we've seen with the Winter Soldier for numerous figures now, I did take a look, and even the hand is the exact same. If you look carefully, you can see where the glove used to go on this arm. So they did just reuse the entire left arm, despite the fact they sculpted an entirely new body. And the body is actually really nice. Although, I do have to say that the pants are the wrong shade. In Infinity War, Winter Soldier had like an olive green pants. These are really dark brown. And then we see some clips right here. I don't know what these were. Maybe he was supposed to have a knife right here, and it didn't get sculpted on, but the pants are done really nice. You can see some seam work in them, and they're done fairly okay. A lot of texture detailing, which is good, but I feel like Marvel movie figures now just have lines for the sake of having lines. We get to his boots, and they're done in this really dark brown, almost black. I want to say that they are black, but there are some shades of brown reflected off the light, so maybe they are a really dark shade of brown, maybe they are black. But you can see there's some buckles actually sculpted on it, which look really good, although they're not painted, which is a little bit unfortunate. All that sculpt work goes unnoticed because it's just black on black. We go on to his boots, and again, nice sculpt work, but it gets lost in translation because it is black on black, and that is a little bit unfortunate. So overall, this is a really nice figure. He does have some issues, and I wish Hasbro would have given us a better head, but it is what it is. So what we're going to do now is see how these two figures compare to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have Falcon posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. So here we have the Infinity War Falcon posed next to the Civil War Falcon, and you can see essentially the exact same figure, just with an updated paint job. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's take a look at Falcon's articulation. He does have a ball-jointed head, which can look up and down, although we do get some slight upward movement, and then no downward movement, but he does look straight. Very little head tilt, and it's not enough that I would say he has head tilt. He does turn left and right. Does have a hinge in the neck, which looks back about that far. Can look down about that far. Arms on a ball joint go out to about that far. He does a full 360, no issues there. Swivel at the bicep. He is double jointed in the elbow. He swivel and has a hinge in the wrist, has a ab crunch which goes back about that far, comes forward about that far, could be better, does have a ratcheting waist joint, legs go forward only to about there, they go back about there, out, pretty average for a Marvel Legends figure. Swivel at the thigh, double bend in the knee, no issues there. No boot swivel, but we do have a hinge in the ankle which goes back all the way and then goes forward quite a bit. And of course, forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, pretty good articulation. Now let's take a close look at Winter Soldier. And so here we have Winter Soldier posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. And here we have the Infinity War Bucky posed next to the Civil War Bucky, and you can see they are completely different figures with the exception of the head and left arm, although I feel like the proportions on the new Infinity War figure look better than the Civil War figure. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's take a look at Bucky's articulation. Now he does have a ball joint in the head. He can't really look back too much because of his hair, and he only looks down about that much. He does have some really slight head, well not slight, but he does have head tilt, which is pretty good. Swivels at the neck, no problem. Has a hinge that goes back to about that far. Goes forward quite a bit. Arms are on a ball joint, they go out to about that far. Do a full 360. He swivels at the bicep, double bend in the elbow, no issues there. Has a hinge in the wrist which goes up and down. Well, in and out technically. And then on the right hand we do have an up and down hinge for rifle holding poses. He has an ab crunch which goes back quite a bit, comes forward a nice amount. Has a swivel at the waist, no issues there. Legs come forward to about there, go back about that far, go out pretty average for Marvel Legend figures. Swivel at the thigh, although it's really tight on mine. Double bend in the knee, only goes up to about there. Swivel at the boot, no problem there. Has a hinge in the ankle which goes back and forward. And it doesn't go forward all that much, but we do have forward facing pin for rocker ankle. So overall, pretty good articulation on both these figures. So what we're going to do now is get Falcon back out here, and we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Falcon and Winter Soldier pose for my final thoughts. Overall, this is a really nice set. I do like the fact that we do get an updated Winter Soldier. However, I feel like Falcon here is kind of a letdown. It's the exact same figure we got with the Civil War Walmart exclusive Falcon, and we don't get any guns for Falcon. I know that Hasbro can give us some weapons. We see a really nice rifle with Winter Soldier. Even though it's not 100% screen accurate, I do prefer that over the space rifle that they always seem to give Winter Soldier. Other than that, I don't feel like this is a must-have set. I feel like Winter Soldier would have been a figure that could have stood alone by himself. But I wasn't willing to drop the $40 for these two figures. Now, I did get these guys on clearance at my local Target for about $20, so that was half off, and I'm perfectly okay getting two figures for $20. Falcon is still a really nice figure, and I really did need an updated Winter Soldier in my MCU collection. If you can find this set for a good price, I really recommend you pick it up. If not, just wait it out until you do find it at a good price. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other Marvel Legend videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.